Okay, now that we have uploaded the PDF file, Irregular Nouns, and we want to share it with our students and actually make it interactive, let's talk about how we do that. So here is the worksheet that's been uploaded on my dashboard. If I hover over it and select Edit, it puts me into editing mode, and here is where I can do several things. Now we're going to talk about adding games and different types of activities in the next video, but we're going to talk about converting to activity, what this actually means. So you'll see this button in the bottom towards the middle. When I select it, it gives me two options for this particular page in this PDF file. It doesn't add a different page. It turns this actual page into either an individual handout activity that then allows my students to interact with it, to type on it, to write on it, etc., or a collaborative workspace activity. We're going to stay on individual handout activity because what this does is it allows students to work at their own pace, right? I don't have to be delivering a live lesson. For a collaborative workspace activity, I do have to deliver a live lesson. Since we're looking at student packets and student-led learning, we're going to stick with the individual handout activity. So I've turned it into that, and I click Finish Editing, and now it's ready to share with my kiddos. I hover on it. I go to my three dots, my hamburger menu, and I select Share Link, Get a Student Access Link, and I simply copy and paste it from here. Now I'm going to log in as a student. I'm going to do that by opening an incognito window. That's not something your kids will have to do. It just allows me to act like a student while I'm logged in another window as a teacher. So this is what your kiddos will see. You give them that link via email, on your Google Classroom, however you're sending them any of your information. You can copy and paste that link into, like I said, an email, your Google Classroom, whatever your LMS is. So when they click on that link, they get a welcome students and sign in to open. Now, your kids do need to sign in. They must sign in, and they can do this with your school-created student accounts, okay? If they have a school-created student account, make sure that you send that home with mom and dad. If they don't, mom and dad can log in with their personal email or Gmail address, their personal Gmail address. But you do want them to sign in, and once they do, you're going to see what it looks like for your students after you share that handout activity. So they have a start button, and as soon as they click on start, you'll see once it opens, of course, you can scroll in to make it bigger. You have an inking tool, so you can choose red ink and you can write. Now, you know, I'm using my mouse, so it's very, very messy. You probably only want to have them utilize ink if they're going to circle something with their mouse or maybe draw a line. But you do have that option. If it's a touch screen, of course, that'll work great. You also have an eraser that they can interact with, as well as the ability to add an image. So let's say they want to add a picture of a tooth. They can simply select that and add an image to that activity. They also have the ability to type. There were 3 children in the room, right? So they can now interact with this worksheet through whatever device they are using. And they have all of these options over here to interact with this worksheet. And once they're done, I'm going to go ahead and close out because my kiddos are done, right? My kiddos are done. Now I'm going back to the teacher dashboard. And when I select Start, what you're going to see when I go to that handout page is the option to select Student Progress. And you'll see my student was logged in as Christy Rogers. And when I click on her name, I can see the work that she has completed. Pretty cool? So that's how you actually upload that PDF file and turn it into an interactive activity. Now, in the next video, we'll talk about how to add games to this.